Good evening and thanks for joining us for ARC Salt Lake. I'm Jamie McGriff. It's Wednesday, March 4th, and tonight we are hearing from a couple of Utahns who are stranded in Dubai because of the ongoing war in Iran. But first, it looks like we might be getting some storms headed our way. Let's go ahead and check in with our meteorologist Sean Kelly in that first alert forecast. Hey, Sean.
Hey, yeah, we are going to see a huge temperature drop here by nearly 20 to 25 degrees. But for today, for right now, we saw a really big warm up, spring-like temperatures. We had a high of 63 degrees. Look how warm it is, the difference from yesterday at this time. 5 to 13 degrees warmer. Look at the blue, though, back out towards the west. That is our storm. That is a cold front heading our way, and the big drop in the temperatures that we will see. For right now, though, it's plenty warm. In St. George at 65 degrees. Downtown here in Salt Lake City, we're at 54. We'll be watching the winds closely, and it'll continue to shift more out of the north-northeast, and we'll see some wind gusts at least briefly approaching 30 to 40 miles per hour. Starting to see some showers in their area as early as 10 p.m. this evening, and then quickly changing over to all snow overnight and into early tomorrow morning's commute. Luckily, kind of dying down a bit, kind of coming in two waves. And yes, we've got winter weather advisories for all of our mountains in the state, across some of the higher terrain, the Wasatch back, those higher valleys, mountain valleys, and down across portions of south central, southwestern Wyoming as well. We'll talk about how much snow we'll see, and if we could see maybe a little bit of snow here across the valley floors. That's coming up. My first alert weather forecast.
Hundreds of thousands of people are stranded in the Middle East as the war in Iran continues, and what began as a fun vacation across the world quickly went south for some Utahns as bombs fell and people rushed to get back to the United States. A Utah woman stranded in Dubai sent us this photo showing a missile being intercepted overhead. 2 News' Jim Speedwag spoke to 2 Utahns who are stuck in Dubai, and they're talking about how they're trying to get home.
Real quick, before we get into this mess that you're in now, how has your vacation been up until the last couple days?
It's been life-changing, actually. We were really kind of nervous to travel around the whole country of India for 10 days, but it was just the most pleasant surprise. We fell in love with India. We fell in love with the people of India. Also, the people of Dubai are incredible. The hospitality has been just absolutely 5 stars. Of course, what you hear about Dubai, but it's been a great trip. We've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we were here, and the tour is kind of like a world religion tour. And so in Dubai, that's where we were kind of ending. And on Saturday, we actually went to Abu Dhabi to go to the presidential palace, and then also the grand mosque there. And while we were touring the mosque, all of our phones started just going off, just alerting us. And so our tour guide, they were awesome. They got us out really quick, and we were back on our buses, and they told us we needed to get to Dubai immediately because the mosque was only about 15 miles from the U.S. Military base that they started bombing.
We heard 5 bombs and then looked up in the sky and actually saw some of the missiles being intercepted. But we just, Sarah and I looked at each other and we're like, oh my gosh. Is this really happening? Are they going to bomb us next? We're with thousands and thousands of people at this mosque, and we know that sometimes that becomes a target. And so it was very unsettling, to say the least. But they hurried and got us back to Dubai, and we've been continuing to hear missiles and bombs going off and missiles being intercepted just all throughout the day, all night long. The first night was there was so much going on, we couldn't even sleep because you just kept hearing the booms from the bombs and missiles and the interceptions happening all night long. And that's just continued throughout the whole rest of our time here.
And you had a chance to sit back and really process the fact that you looked up and saw a missile flying over your head. How have you been processing that?
It's kind of scary to go to bed at night and wonder, what's going on outside. We just lay there and hear every sound, and we are very safe where we're at. With that said, we're being taken care of. We actually shockingly feel safe. As crazy as I don't know, it's really hard to navigate your emotions with everything going on, but then knowing that we're some of the lucky ones. We're not stranded in the Dubai airport with thousands and thousands of people. We do have hotel accommodations. They are being extremely hospitable. They keep extending our stay without question at the group rate that we had at the beginning. So we find ourselves extremely fortunate compared to lots of Americans who are stranded at the airport, not
Yeah.
having a place, not having a bed, not having, adequate needs met.
Before I get into some of your logistical arrangements, and you're probably still working through it right now, does this experience, again, at no fault of your own, make you appreciate the country that you live in and realizing what happens in other parts of the world just on a whim?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this is not at all a fair comparison, but I grew up in the Midwest and we would get alerts for tornado warnings all the time, and we would just be like, we'll wait till the windows break, like we got those warnings all the time, and it's actually quite sad that we keep getting the alerts about the missile strikes, and the people here are like, it'll pass.
Yeah.
This is their life. This is what they're used to. We are so close to Iran. It's just they are so grateful for the help that the US is providing their country and this area. They really have been so positive.
Yes.
Nobody wants a war, nobody wants this, but the people here from all countries, Pakistan, Israel, all the UAE, are so grateful that America has come to their aid against Iran.
What is your plan going forward?
Yeah, we were supposed to fly out Sunday morning here in Dubai and get home to Salt Lake Sunday evening. But like I say, they canceled that flight, and then they've been great in a way. I mean, it takes about 3 hours on hold with the airlines to be able to reschedule those flights. And then we reschedule them just to have 6 hours later, they've canceled again. And that has literally been every day.
So right now, all of our flights are canceled. We're currently on hold at this very moment, waiting to see if we can get a flight rescheduled, but that's no guarantee. People are like, oh, you have a flight scheduled. That means nothing. So as far as our plan, we make plans every single day, and all those plans fall through.
You make
So
plans
that's
to
where,
come home every single day,
yes,
and then
Yeah.
those
yes,
plans
and we're
fall
trying
through.
so many options, going through borders of neighboring countries.
Yeah.
And
But then sometimes we find that we've thought about going into Saudi Arabia, but then their airspace will close for a time. And then also we've even tried to maybe just get flights out of the UAE, but then people that have done that are ending up getting stuck in the other countries, not being able to get out of those countries that they fly to for days. So
yeah, like
it's
we
just
we
tricky.
potentially, everything's a potential, nothing's guaranteed. We potentially could take a few legs to get to Singapore, but then we would be stuck in Singapore for 10 days before we could potentially also get back to the US.
So you also mentioned that you were on hold with Senator Mike Lee's office. Have you been reaching out to the senator's office? And if so, what is it that you're trying to convey?
So we have been reaching out, and we are encouraging everyone to reach out. Senator Lee's office has been phenomenal in reaching back out to us. Also, Congressman Blake Moore, he's actually been top notch in contact with our group
From the start.
from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So we want to just give our thanks to him. But Mike Lee's office has been in contact with us directly, with me, and they are currently in a meeting discussing a potential evacuation flight for us to get back. So they would get us out of this zone, out of somewhere else safe. So not potentially all the way back to the United States, but somewhere where we could hopefully catch a flight back to the United States.
All right. So I'm sure you've been talking to them, but what do you tell your kiddos tonight?
No, that we miss them, and
Yeah,
we're trying to
we
do
love them.
everything we can to get back to them.
We want to see that. We tell them we are going to see them soon.
Yeah.
We want them to not be scared, and we want them to know we're going to make it home, and that we love them so much.
Yeah.
And Senator Mike Lee released this statement about Utahns stuck in Dubai, saying, quote, Senator Lee is following this situation closely and his team is working with the State Department to ensure the safe and swift return of Utahns to the United States. Senator Lee encourages you to reach out to his team if you need assistance by calling 801-524-5933. Coming up on ARC Salt Lake, what parents have to say about a bus driver that was caught filming a car accident while driving with students on board. St. George police say a bus driver filmed a rollover accident on his phone while driving students. 2 News' Samantha Hoffman spoke with the police about what's next for the driver.
Vista School behind me confirmed this was one of their drivers, and court records show Jeffrey Robert Bray received a misdemeanor for filming while driving. The school says investigations with HR are underway.
It not only risked his and the children's safety by recording and driving by it, he puts everybody in danger.
Parents say they want to see the school take action.
We all make mistakes, and that's a common thing, but obviously this is a mistake that cannot happen again.
I don't know if they should be a bus driver anymore.
I called Vista School and visited after not receiving a response. Their financial director, Troy Bradshaw, said he would not do a video interview because of the ongoing investigation, but did say their drivers have clean driving records, and whether the driver will keep their job is still in discussion. I emailed questions to Bradshaw and haven't heard back. I want to know what action will be taken to ensure this does not happen again. Will there be added trainings or safety checks on bus drivers? And were parents notified? Police say they see more and more people reporting crashes or using FaceTime while driving.
We've had hundreds of lives that have been taken over the last 10, 15 years in the state of Utah. If we could stop one life from being lost due to somebody using their cell phone, it needs to happen.
Parents say even if cell phone use is common, there's a heightened importance for children's safety.
The lives of their kids are in the bus driver's hands because we entrusted the bus driver to drive them.
When any one of us are driving, there could be a lot of things that happen that we are not aware of that can happen in the split second. When they're transporting children, then that's a whole other thing.
Police added that they have a strong relationship with schools in the area for addressing any citizen concerns of improper bus driving. They say anyone must pull over if needing to use your phone while driving. In Ivan, Samantha Hoffman, KUTV 2 News.
You may remember this story, also involving a school bus in southern Utah. Back in November, a bus hit 11-year-old Ava White. Witnesses say she was running across a street in Hurricane when the bus hit her. This caused a skull fracture and internal organ injuries. Parents have called for more crosswalks in that area. The state health department has revoked the license of the company involved in the carbon monoxide deaths of 3 men with disabilities. Safe and Sound Services came under review by the Department of Health and Human Services licensing department after the 3 men were found dead. They had been left in the van, which was parked in the driver's garage. The driver, Isaiah Pulu, is charged with 3 counts of murder. The Utah Department of Health and Human Services said Safe and Sound Services license was revoked effective March 2nd. The company was given a March 31st deadline to stop all services and prohibited any new enrollments. UDOT says that they've now demolished the west half of the University Avenue Bridge in Provo. It's happening near 6 South for now. Travel is reduced to 1 lane in each direction while crews build the foundation for a new bridge. Once finished, UDOT says that this will improve traffic or travel for vehicles and pedestrians. All right, let's take one more look at the weather with our meteorologist Sean Kelly in that first alert forecast.
Yeah, and our cold front is already moving into the northwestern part of the state. We had a high today of 63 degrees, more than 10 degrees above normal, and we're going to see a 20-degree temperature drop as that front moves in. Tomorrow we'll see highs that'll be staying put into the 40s, and at times, more than likely for the majority of the day, we'll have wind chills that will stay into the 30s. So this is a pretty cold front that'll be moving in. Already seeing that wind shift developing up towards the north and west, some gusty winds along and behind that cold front as well, seeing some 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts that we'll see later on this evening. And then there's that rain and snow developing across the northwestern part of the state. That'll be arriving in our area by 10 p.m. or so. We've got some showers into the Wendover area, heavy rain into Park Valley. This is sliding off towards the east and will be in our area as early as 10 p.m. tonight, starting off as rain but then changing over quickly to snow. It'll be a brief period of about 2 to 3 hours of some snow. By the morning commute, likely drying things out for much of the northern part of the state. Still some scattered snow showers across the central part of the area. Some isolated snow up towards the north by tomorrow morning, and then into the afternoon, evening hours. Notice how isolated it is. So this is kind of coming in 2 waves. The first wave overall overnight tonight, and then drying things out. A few isolated showers here and there, and then the second part of the storm moves in by Friday morning's commute. Friday morning, we'll be watching out for another burst of snow that could impact travel, and then that moves out towards the east, some lingering snow showers across Friday evening. So not a big storm, but we will see a big change here. Colder weather, snowier conditions. Generally, our northern valleys, anywhere from a trace to a couple of inches of snow expected. The Tooele Valley area, especially areas south of the Great Salt Lake, could see some lake-enhanced snow Friday morning. That could produce about 2 to 5 inches of snow. Our central Utah valleys about 1 inch to 4 inches. Eastern Utah valleys a coating to 1 inch or so. The Wasatch back, southwestern Wyoming could do pretty well here, 2 to 6 inches. And then our mountains, which are under that winter weather advisories, will generally see about 6 to 16 inches of snow. So as we head through the overnight, those temperatures will be dropping quickly. We'll be down into the 20s and 30s throughout the area with that burst of snow drying out tomorrow morning. Some lingering snow showers in tomorrow afternoon and evening. Notice also the difference in the temperatures here. We'll be dealing with highs that'll be 20 degrees colder than today. Highs only into the lower 40s. St. George, you've got windy weather, some showers tomorrow, colder as well. Temperatures two days in a row below normal. Then we warm things back up. Beautiful weather for the weekend. Plenty of sunshine. 70s for all of next week. Maybe the 80s by the end of next week. Across the Wasatch Front, we've got temperatures here into the 40s the next few days. Those lingering snow showers for Thursday and Friday. Beautiful weather returning by the weekend. Chilly for Saturday, nicer into Sunday. We spring forward, we lose that hour, and then nice weather into next week right now. We'll be dealing with temperatures into the 50s and 60s.
Coming up on Ark Salt Lake, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is having an open house for its newest temple, when you can go and see it. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints getting ready to let people inside its newest temple, and it's located near 4th North and 8th East in Linden. The open house starts March 12th and runs until mid-April.
Church leaders will dedicate the temple on May 3rd. There are 32 Latter-day Saint temples in Utah that are open, under construction, or announced.
Salt Lake City Police Department getting ready to throw a huge birthday party because tomorrow the department will celebrate its 175th anniversary, if I can get that out. And so to celebrate, they're holding an open house at the state capitol from 1 until 3 in the afternoon.
That's right. Historic artifacts will be on display. Chief Brian Redd will also share a bold vision for the future of public safety in Salt Lake City.
And in Taiwan, a century-old religious tradition lights up the Lunar New Year. The Yanshui Beehive Festival, which thousands of fireworks fly into crowds of attendees, wear helmets and fire-retardant clothing for safety.
Sounds dangerous. The festival goers hope and believe the fiery shower will chase away bad luck and launch a lucky year ahead.
Okay, if that's how they want to ring in the new year, light it up.
You burn yourself there.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. Have a good night.